What in the world happened to Nancy Guthrie? Nancy Guthrie was not only abducted from her home at 2 a.m. in Tucson, Arizona, but the cameras around the house were deliberately smashed beforehand. That's not impulse, that is planning. When you see disabled cameras before an abduction, you're no longer dealing with an opportunity crime. You're dealing with intent. It was 2 o'clock in the morning. No witnesses, no noise, and no cameras, because someone made sure of that. Whoever did this did not panic. They did not improvise. They removed obstacles. What this tells us about the offender is that this person knew the home. They knew where the cameras were placed, they knew how to disable them, and they knew how long they had before anyone would notice. That doesn't happen from a stranger driving by. That happens when someone has been there before or watched the house carefully. This wasn't random. Someone knew that an 84-year-old woman lived there alone. Her routines, her vulnerabilities, and exactly when the house would be quiet. That is surveillance. That is stalking. That is selection. Now let's talk about the blood. We know blood was found on the sidewalk, and it belongs to Nancy Guthrie. Whether it was blunt force, a sharp object, or an injury, or even a nosebleed, the message is the same, that force was used inside of that house. Now, we know Nancy had a pacemaker. Why does this matter? Because that can possibly be tracked remotely. Police are currently flying helicopters over her home, attempting to reconnect Nancy's Apple Watch to her pacemaker, because they believe that she may still be alive. You don't deploy that level of technology unless this is a race against time. The sheriff announced today that there is currently no publicly named suspect or person of interest. Earlier today, TMZ suggested a family member was being examined, but that's standard procedure, not accusation. Right now, the reality is this. The person who did this is still unidentified. When I line this up the way a prosecutor would, with cameras disabled, the timing chosen, an elderly woman living alone, blood at the scene, a famous daughter, no essentials taken from her, I don't see chaos. I see someone who planned this, rehearsed this, and believed that they could get away with it. And here's what offenders like this never account for. Someone, somewhere, always sees something. A car that's circled too often. A person lingering where they didn't belong. A noise at 2 in the morning that didn't sit right. If you saw something, if you heard something, if you remember a detail that didn't make sense but does now is the time. Anyone with information on the disappearance of Nancy Guthrie is urged to contact the FBI tip line at 1-800-CALL-FBI. You don't need proof. You don't need certainty. You just need to speak up. You can help deliver justice for Nancy. And sometimes one call is all it takes.